we are going to be using our GrillPro grill again, but with a few other items. And so today, what I want to do is make a pizza. So my little tyke is 3 years old. His name is Colton, and he loves pizza. I mean, who doesn't? But of course, if he asks for it for lunch, or if I'm planning it for lunch, I don't want to make, you know, a whole big pizza if it's just him and I. So I pull out my GrillPro grill and pop it into the microwave, and it cooks, and I can have a pizza done in, you know, 7 or so minutes. So yeah, let's get that going. We can see that there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So for the GrillPro, remember it has the heats up just like an oven to 425 degrees. Today we're going to keep it at that amount as well for our pizza. But let's say you were going to do something, you know, you needed it only at 350 or lower than that. It's simple in the microwave. All you do is change the energy level. Okay, so right now for my power level, I'll leave it at 10, so that's at my 100%. Right, but if I'm looking for, you know, a 350, I'm gonna turn that power level down to about a 7 or 8, right? My 70, 80%, and it's going to change my levels. All right, so I don't need my ring for today. I use it for my omelet, but not for my pizza. Same idea though, right? Remember, we can do grilling and we can do casserole. Okay, so for my pizza, I'm not going to stick it all the way in. I'm gonna do my casserole side grilling, so I'll show you that again. This guy right here in Tupperware land, they call it the tortilla keeper. And yes, I do keep tortillas in there, but I also keep, so you can see our tortillas there are on the bottom, but I also keep our pita bread, naan bread, okay, some, you know, that thin bread type material fits perfectly in here, and it has our seal, our famous seal on there, so it's airtight, liquid tight. Right, you just roll it around with your thumbs, okay, and you're good to go. So for these quick pizzas, what I like to use are my pitas. Okay, so I'm just gonna take one out. I'll reseal my tortilla keeper. Okay, so it's good to go. And you just put your pita in there like that, okay, and then you put your toppings on it. So whatever you like to have. Today I'm going to make one of Colton's favorites, so he'll be ready for lunch. We're just gonna do ham, pineapple, a little bit of onion, and a whole bunch of cheese. Okay, so I'm gonna put my sauce on first. I'm just gonna show you this guy right here. This is called our squeeze bottles. They come in sets of 2. They're fabulous. I like to keep, you can see here, my pizza sauce, but also, you know, all of your condiments, your say like ranch dressing, Thousand Island, all that, they can go in here. You don't even need to use this in the kitchen. I've seen some people, they keep their, you know, they buy the big bottles of shampoo and conditioner and body wash, but they don't want to keep that in their shower or by their bath. They use these squeeze-it bottles, right? It's, and they just come right out. One thing I would suggest though is labeling them. Obviously, maybe your conditioner might look a little bit like your ranch dressing, so you don't want to be putting that on your salad. Okay, so yeah, super easy. When they first come, they are a little bit stiff, but it's basically you're just gonna put that tab up. Okay, so it's just like that. There we go. Okay, and then you give it a little shake, and it's easy enough just to squeeze it out. Okay, and it depends on how much pizza sauce you like on your pizza, right? So there are our squeeze-it bottles. They're super fantastic. I will put some information up of those as well because they are a product to have in your kitchen. Okay, now I'm just gonna take my brush, make sure that my pizza sauce is all spread around. Okay, there we go. Set that aside, and I'm gonna start with my toppings. So I've got my Tupperware fridge stackables. These things are great. There's a lot of things that you can do with them. Right now, what we have currently stored in them are just our meats. Okay, so there's, right, I've got my ham on the top, and then I have my pepperoni here on the bottom. Okay, and I'm just gonna grab this empty one and kind of show you. So what they have, there's like a little grate system that you can put in here. right? And so it'll just keep it off the bottom. You can put meat, cheese. One of our favorite things that we like to do when both Devin and I are working we chop it up and put like our subs. We kind of create like a little subway, right? So, you know, we'll chop up our lettuce and our onions, our peppers, jalapenos, and all of that. We'll put them in here so that when we go to make our lunch for the next day, we just have to get our fridge stackables out, right? And they're ready to go. We just kind of do a little subway line with them. Okay, so I'm gonna do my ham, okay, and I'm actually just going to chop up my ham and put it on there. It doesn't have to be any neat pieces. Colton never notices that anyways. Today I'm going to use our prep and our chop and prep, okay, so it's just like that smooth chopper, but it's our smaller size one. It doesn't have a paddle, it's just too small for that, but it does have, of course, our 3-blade system. So I'm going to stick that in there. I'm just going to grab my ham that I want to put on for dear Colton. Okay, throw a couple more pieces in there for him, right? And you can see there that I'm not even really just ripping it up so that it kind of fits in the container, right? I'm going to put my lid on, line up with the grooves, pull it a couple of times, depending on how much he wants, some for the chef. Okay. And so 3 pulls, and I've got my ham chopped. You know, remember 21 knives for every pull. So I'll sprinkle that on. Okay. Good for the little guy. All right. You know what? I'm just gonna do my onion while I have this guy out. Now some pineapple. Okay, so that's our chop and prep, super handy. This guy, I have one in my trailer, one here at home. It's super awesome. Again, you could make even like a 1-egg omelet in here, just chopping up your veggies and putting in your 1 egg. Okay, I've got a can here, and I want to show you our fantastic can opener. It can open any side. What it does is it doesn't leave a sharp edge. It just helps lift the seal from where it is stuck on. Okay, so it's incredibly easy to use. There's 3 simple steps. Okay, so you're just going to spread the handle legs. Okay, close them together so that they're hooked on. Okay, and then you can either leave it on the counter and spin it around. Okay, sorry, wrong way. Spin it around, or you can twirl it around, lift it up, whatever you want to do, but I just like to spin mine around. Just really quick. Okay, and then you spread the legs again, and then you can see up top here there's a little notch, so you're going to hook that on to the side, and then you're going to lift up your can. Oh, it's hard to do when it's not on the counter for me. Okay, just like that. Now with that, you have a couple of options. You can put it in a little Tupperware, right, to keep it nice and fresh. I know I happen to have a little Fridgesmarts mini that will fit all of that, and of course it's my pineapple, so I will let it closed off in there. So I'm just going to dump that right in there to save the pineapple for our next pizzas. Right, put it on there. Fridgesmarts. Put it onto my closed system because it's already been exposed. Good to go in the fridge, and it'll last a lot longer. Okay, got those toppings on there. Now I just need my cheese. So I didn't have any of the cheese grated. We ate it all last night with supper. So I'm just going to grate a little bit more. Take my small size grater. Lock that in. Okay. Move my cutting board. Secure it to my counter. Remember, it's not going to go anywhere. And today I can tuck this right in there, and I'll be able to grate it right on. Okay, so you can see it's already starting to come out. Sprinkle it on there. Perfect. Depends on how much cheese you like to have. All right, so there's our pizza all ready to go. I'm gonna pop this in the microwave. Okay, that's gonna be our oven position. We just need to flip it, put it into our casserole position, and I'm gonna stick this guy in the microwave at my full power for 7 minutes, okay? Cheese, they can also be stored in your Fridgesmarts containers. They don't breathe like produce, so all you do is keep it in the middle on the closed position, and you're also good to go for cheese. One thing though I would recommend with cheese is that if you aren't going to use it right away, if you are, using a big thing of cheese and you're just grating it up, limit the exposure that it has to your hands, right? Because then we can transfer to it, and then it's not going to last as long as soon as it has, right? You might start to see that it would mold just because we don't know what's on our hands. So super easy enough. Again, I've just right, it's hooked on there. Twist the knob, unhook it, which means then everything else is going to come off. Okay, so I'll show you just how I dismantle it. There's a little kind of screw knob thing here at the end. That's the handle. It comes off. Your blade comes out, right? Just put that either, you can wash it in your sink, of course, or you can put it in your dishwasher. Top dishwasher safe. Okay, and then remember there's always that piece in here for the chef, right, that you can sample on. Okay, and then it's super easy to use, and I just wipe down my base when I'm done and my handle because they never get dirty unless we've got sticky Colton hands on there. Okay, so I'm going to take the other blade that I was showing you yesterday, and it's the same idea. It's just going to go in here, and you're going to twist it on with the handle. Okay, I'll grab a cucumber. My Fridgesmarts here, I had some chopped up, just half of cucumber. So remember, as soon as it is exposed to air, just put it into the middle with the close, okay, especially with your cucumbers. You want them to last a little bit longer. So with this, kind of same thing, just like the cheese, you pop it in here in the top and you just start to spin it. I'll put this guy down here. Okay, so you can see as they start to come out, they're just sliced cucumbers, right? Nice and sliced. So if you are, one thing that I like to use with this is I peel my potato really quick, right? I put that in there and then fry them up. They make really awesome potato chips as well. So any kind of vegetable, right, you can do that. You can just slice it. So that's super handy with this as well. Our prep and chop, okay, so in our brochure, the prep and chop you can buy separately for $45, or if they always have their set, their power shift system set, they call it. And so you can get the big system, okay, with the little guy for $115. If it's something that you're interested in, getting this set, like I was saying yesterday, this is one of our favorite products, then you can host your own party. There's a lot of different ways too. You can host your own party and use it for your host rewards. You could purchase it and help Shelby out as well. Or if you are interested in an option number 3, send me a message and I can get you, we can figure out an awesome way to get you with our consultant prices, okay? I know that you are probably excited to hear about our code word. So today, our code word is going to be sauce, okay? Pizza sauce. So sauce is our code word. I like to keep all my sauces in our squeeze-it bottles, okay? And I label them. I don't have, obviously, the, maybe the pizza one, or the pizza sauce one isn't labeled, right? But as I was saying, ranch. Okay, look at this, I even have the maple syrup in one of the squeeze-it bottles. They are fantastic. You can keep, your mustards, ketchups, Thousand Island sauces, all of that. Think of things around the house that you could also use for them. Okay. Actually, while I have this out, a little bit of information too, when I said our famous seals. So Mr. Tupper, the gentleman that started Tupperware some time ago, so when I go live on Wednesday night, one of my questions, you can do a little research and then you can get entered into for the draw. One of my questions is going to be, how old is Tupperware turning this year? So keep that in mind. But Mr. Tupper, when he first started, what got him going was the fact that he was looking at a paint can and he thought to himself, well, if a paint can be airtight, liquid tight, why wouldn't I be able to make a bowl that could be airtight, liquid tight? And so he took the same idea as a paint can lid, and so you can see our lids are like an inverted paint can, and so that's what makes them airtight, liquid tight. Okay, so you can, all you do is with the container lids, right, making sure you're just running your thumbs over it and it spreads it to go right across. That's going to be your less of a battle that way. Okay, so our pizza is finished. Okay, I'm taking it out. Remember yesterday I was saying too that if you kind of go over that mid-range mark for time, so even like I say 8 minutes, but I can tell already today that the 7 is going to be a little bit hotter. This top lid does start to warm up at that point, really, and so just be careful and make sure that you're using an oven mitt. Okay, Devin, man hands, they can handle it, but I cannot, and I'm not afraid to admit that. So here we go, pizza. I can hear it sizzling. It's going to be delicious. Okay, we don't have it stuck on here, but let me show you this guy. Look at that. Okay, all nice and yummy. Okay, if you, depending on what you like as your crust, we tend to like ours a little bit crispier, so that's why I put it in for the 7 minutes. Remember, it takes about 90 seconds for it to heat up, and then after that, it has its cooking time. Okay, so about 7 minutes, and then you're gonna get yourself a nice crispy crust instead of a soft crust. Another thing to keep in mind as well is, of course, someone might come along and say, oh, I want another pizza, so you're gonna make them another pizza. This is already warmed up, okay? It's already gone through its 90 seconds of heating up, so now you need to remember that when you're putting it in. So if I were to make another pizza, instead of putting it in for the 7 minutes, I would kind of substitute that 90 seconds, right? And maybe put it in there for about 5.5 or 6 minutes because it's already heated up and it's good to go. Okay, and one last thing too, I'm just going to show you the inside. Okay, it's got a few things, right, that I'm saying it doesn't stick to it. It's just the cheese, but let's see how hot it is, right? It's not actually stuck to it. Okay, so let's see how I can show you that guy on an angle. You can see it rolling down there, right? Perfect. So it's not actually stuck to it. So once again, it's super easy to clean. Okay, perfect. Well, that is my pizza. Going to feed Colton his lunch now. He has extra special because he's got his cucumber chips that we've sliced up as well. If you have any questions on the products I showed you today, the MicroPro grill, our tortilla keeper, our fridge stackables, some of my favorites, we've got our chop and prep, our super handy dandy can opener. Okay, we got lots today actually. Our Fridgesmarts, right? Any questions about these, our Grate master, all of that, feel free to send me a message. Happy shopping and have yourself a good afternoon.